Rancor's Brothel presents The Big Sleep. A Cthulhu Mythos 5e adventure.
Magnus. Sylvie comes to you and says, "You know the lay of the palace. If you could do me a favor, go out, take patrol, make sure there's no drunken lingerers walking about." And she indicates for you to go to the eastern side of the place first, and make the same route. You walk through, come back into the main hall, walk around, go back out, and go the other direction. It's sort of this figure 8 that she takes.
Whatever you say, babe.
She blows you a kiss. She's smitten.
So you said left first or right first?
Well, my left, you right, whatever. It's the I can't remember. Well, by the map, I guess we'll call it west. So
towards all the offices. And everything.
If the main hall, if I had to redraw that, I didn't feel like redrawing it. The main hall is a big square in the middle. That direction. For people at home who can't see, that direction.
And that's where the offices and
that's
stuff
where the
are.
offices, some of the bunks, some of the sleeping chambers for the nobles are there. The captain's office is that way. The chapel was down in that corner where you saw the queen. So that's the direction she sends you first. And as you do see a somewhat stumbling arcanist wander towards her chambers.
I don't acknowledge her.
From afar.
Intoxication is not consent.
Yeah.
I do not acknowledge her.
So, and it is.
I know trouble when I smell it.
Despite my drawing, it is a fairly large area. I mean, it's a wide hallway. Pretty far down in the area that you do know is where the office of the captain is. You see Arbiter Reinhardt step out of that office, kind of look left and right, close the door, and begin making her way down and towards the main hall, who you haven't seen much of most of the night.
So is the hall currently empty, or...
The hall is currently empty aside from the guards that stand there as they are supposed to.
Random guards in the hallway?
Well, yes, there are basically a guard in each corner, as well as guards patrolling and inside of the main hall where the party is. There's 8 guards, as you were told, at a time on duty. And the switch, which you were not aware of, the switch did happen earlier in the night. It was okay.
I think I'll probably start with the chapel then. Haven't been in there yet.
Might have a description of that room.
That would be handy.
Well, as I said earlier on, last session, this is a investigation/dungeon crawl, so there are descriptions to some, or if not all of these rooms, most of these rooms at least. Chapel, which number are you?
He already said he wasn't doing anything with her dungeon.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to have a savior later on for me to play as a character that's half fae, half elf, half dragon.
You walk into the chapel. The palace chapel features a domed apse with a gold and lapidary mosaic of Galdoon, which was recovered from the ruins of Axphane's old capital. Not that you would know that. It's just what it says in the book. At this point, right now, there's no one in here, but you do see a single solitary lit candle, which would be, if you're a Catholic, there's prayer candles usually on a little display that people will light for people who have passed or if they're saying a prayer.
Don't they call those votives?
Yep.
Yeah.
Huh.
And typically they're in a group.
Yeah, it's like a...
Lucas is implying a whole lot of story to a single candle burning in a room.
Apparently. I'll go take a look.
I don't know if it's Lucas or if it's the story.
What?
The big image of whatever that thing was that you said was plastered across the wall.
It's a mosaic of Galdoon, which is the...
whoever that is.
The deity of the main deity in this city. I don't have Galdoon in front of me. I may have to. That might be even in the player's handbook.
I'm an arcanist.
I've never heard of Galdoon.
No?
Don't think so.
Let me see if Galdoon's in this book.
Or
That might be. You might be right. It might be part of this book.
I'm not an arcanist. I'm an artificer. Completely different mess.
Damn it, Jim.
Religion, page 6.
I'm kind of curious to look at the mosaic. See if there's anything interesting in this chapel.
I believe it was also the same god that would have been either in the abbey or in the chapel where you guys went into the basement.
How do you spell Galdoon?
Galdun. It is the god of the sun, the sky, life, neutral good god. You do see in the mosaic that the deity that is displayed is wearing a golden disc that shows a large rayed sun. Yeah, I mean, over time you would understand that this is the singular god of Dantan's official faith. Dantan is sort of the area.
Nope. I found something vaguely D&D related, but I don't think it is.
Okay. Yeah, it must be specific. It's probably specific to this series. So yes, the god of the sun, sky, and life.
Do I see any windows out of this place?
You might see maybe a couple of stained glass.
Oh.
Maybe something ornate, but no
That's useless.
no standard windows here. Yeah.
That is utterly useless for me.
I mean, it's a chapel, so.
Well, I can walk on walls, so...
No.
Did you say there was an apse?
Yes, slightly domed apse.
Show you a slightly domed apse.
So...
Price apps.
So... given that the queen comes in here all the time, do I see anything that sticks out to me, or does this just seem...
Perception check.
Let's see what we see.
It's in the P's. Sorry, go ahead.
Since this is an audio podcast and they can't see this,
That's a middle finger in my direction.
there we go.
To his point, though, it is under P.
It is under P. Yeah. It is an alphabetical order.
Followed by Erception.
Plus your 9 that you rolled. So what did you get?
I got 11. Not enough, I'm sure.
No, I mean, it's a simple DC 10 to kind of gauge the room. I mean, it doesn't seem as though this is used often, but you do notice that there is one kneeler, which would be like on the backside of a pew, that has much more distress to it, as if it is one person using that area on a consistent basis. As if one person uses it over and over.
As the headmaid mentioned.
Right.
Well, if there's nothing else interesting in here, and I can't break into any place with all these guards around,
Mm-hmm.
I suppose... Actually, you know what? Let me just check to see if Rahak's door is open. I'm curious. I walk out of the chapel, walk over there, and test the handle.
The office door is unlocked. It does open.
I wave at the guard and go inside.
You're a servant. You're doing your job.
I am doing my job. Does a cat attack me by chance?
No, cat does not attack you. I mean, it's a standard office, oak desk, books, scrolls, paperwork.
So nothing sticks out. Is there a second door in this room?
There's a door behind the desk. I don't remember if there was an actual description of this room or not. I don't remember if I read it.
Yeah, because I was in there.
You were in there, but I don't remember if I read it. Yeah, okay. No, because it goes from 15 to 17. There's that, like, it tells you that that's his office, but there is no actual box of information. So
yeah, I remember it was
it's a very standard office.
Yeah, very sparse.
And there is a second door.
There's a door in the back, behind the desk. That is locked.
Let's see if we can pick it.
That'd be a dex check. DC's pretty high. Cat almost got it.
Let's see what I get.
Oof, that's a low number, bud.
But you said you have thieves' tools.
I do.
They give advantage, I believe.
Are you proficient?
He is.
I am.
Then you get to add your proficiency.
Is this considered a stealth check, or is this considered
It's a dex check to unlock
just
a door.
flat check?
It's a dex check to unlock your door.
So I get
So it's plus your dex plus your proficiency because you're proficient.
10?
Not enough. His roll was an 18 and he missed it.
I roll a 35 to kick the door in.
You're not in here.
So it is unfortunately a very difficult lock.
I search the office for a key because I have fingers.
Fingers. You don't find any key. You won't find any keys in here. It really is very sparse. You might find a few shekels inside of a drawer. You might, like a few pennies. It's really all paperwork. He seems to be a very organized person.
I suppose I'll just make sure everything's all nice and tidy and leave the room.
You do so.
Does the cat want to come with so he's not locked in here anymore?
I got out.
You got out?
Yeah.
Awesome. In that case, I will continue my rounds and see if I can check in with anybody.
You do this thing. We will move on to next person. As dinner sort of dies down, plates are being gathered. Thomas walks to the ghoul with another goblet of blood, fresh blood.
Yep.
He hands it to you. Where were you? When you take it, you do notice that there is a note affixed to it.
Plot.
You're providing plot to the barbarian. I will look at said
Provided
note.
a lot of plot to everyone. The note says to meet him in the cellar in 20 minutes.
Wow, chicka, wow, wow. How long does rage last? I will move in that direction.
Cool. We're going to come back.
Should probably pull up my character sheet.
Are you monitoring? You're still monitoring the room, right?
Yeah. Keep an eye on the steward primarily.
Yeah. I mean, as dinner has progressed, he does speak to a lot of people. You do see him eventually step up to the Lord Mayor and speak to him, as close to his ear as he can get to seemingly speak lowly.
Can I try to get close and over here?
Sure.
What would you like, roll-wise?
Getting close isn't the problem. It would be a listen roll to hear what he's saying.
Okay. 10.
It's a little loud in the room. You're not really sure what he's talking about, but one thing you do notice is that he taps his hip where that flask sits.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
During the conversation.
Look at the plot!
And you just see, you just sort of see the Lord Mayor nod his head and walk away.
Okay.
And the steward just sort of looks around and kind of spins around. He's smiling, nodding to people, looks at you and goes, "Hey, kitty, kitty," and begins to mingle.
Where's the king going?
Meounder.
The king is continuing to speak to every noble he can walk by.
Okay.
Sorry, did I say king? Lord Mayor.
Oh, Lord Mayor. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you may have said Lord Mayor.
He's talking to the Lord Mayor, yeah.
Okay.
So the Lord Mayor continues to speak to everyone as he goes by. Speaking of the king, he does come to the dignitary, and as loudly as he can to gather attention, praises the cod.
Praise the God!
Praise God!
His queen stands very silent next to him, kind of looking at the floor.
I didn't get a praise cod from her. Praise my cod! Worship the cod!
And he kind of taps you on the shoulder and leans into you and says, "How's it going?"
We have tenuous leads. Money's on either Chamberlain, Steward, possibly the Captain.
Also the Mayor. We also hate the Arcanist.
You almost kind of hear him gasp a little, like, and as he kind of steps back to you and gives you like a look as if, "Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you sure?" Like he at some point in time he's going to need to be convinced that you have enough evidence against someone. And he just kind of says,
I mean, if we just kill them all.
"Keep it up, find evidence, let me know before the end of the night. I will call on you when I get a moment."
Okay.
And he continues to walk.
We line them up like Poirot and just start hacking. Like, sooner or later, the problem will be solved. If they're all dead, no problem.
As you, Magnus, as you walk back into the, because it's all simultaneous, as you walk back into the main hall, you do see dinner is being, empty plates are being taken away, fresh glasses of wine are being walked around. Sylvie just kind of gives you a nod. You see the cat, kind of doing his thing, and the king speaking to your fish friend. So you can continue on if you wish into the other hall, or if you want to talk to anyone before you go, let me know. So what would you like to do before you continue on your patrol?
Where's the cat?
Just on the floor in the middle of everyone, like a fucking cat, and everybody's feet, tripping them up.
Showing you that chocolate starfish.
Who loves kitty?
Avoid that.
Yep.
No matter which way you turn, he's scooting his butt at you.
It's got worms.
Make my way towards the ghoul.
Okay. The ghoul seems to be heading toward the kitchens, but you can catch up with him.
And you guys heading that way anyway.
You may converse if you wish. Go ahead and roleplay a little bit. It's a game.
How's it going? So, I found a locked door. Did you want to fix that?
You see him stare at the goblet and look back at you. Where?
Rayhack's office. Next to the chapel.
10 minutes.
I'll be on the other side of the castle. Have fun.
Would you like to do anything?
Did you say that the Arbiter, was she heading in here?
Yeah. She would have walked in right before him.
Okay. Because she's not really been seen tonight,
right
so I would
him,
like to...
I mean, she's been there.
No, she hasn't.
Yeah, you asked about this last session. She's been there, unmasked. No one's really talked to her.
No.
I don't think that's
I have
true.
asked about her to talk to her several times, and she has not been here.
I just edited that part of the podcast. You asked if she was here, and I said, yeah, she's walking around. She's unmasked.
No.
Okay, well then I will just pretend like I made up the part that I just edited.
I think you edited it to change it to fit your story, you piece of shit.
I used my wizardy powers and made it up.
Fake news.
AI generated Lucas talking about
I think
Reinhardt.
Lucas is having a slight stroke here.
of genius.
Yep. Yeah.
Of his genius.
I mean, you see her. If you'd like to talk to her, you may.
Yeah.
Flag her down.
Genus joke there, but I'm not sure where it is. Genus penis starts to rhyme. Like there's a joke there, but I can't find it.
It's in there.
Like the
Kind of like, yeah, I was going to say it. Like your penis.
Oh.
Oh.
Bum, ba-dum.
Would you like to speak to Reinhardt then?
Yeah.
You may.
Reinhardt, how are you enjoying the evening?
As well as I can.
We've gotten some I guess, what's the word I want to use? Not clues necessarily, but
Information.
information that might lead to somebody in this room having ties to the cult.
Well, that is the hope.
Yeah. We just don't have anything concrete as of yet. The strongest bit is possibly the steward. We're told something that he's got evidence in the flask that he carries.
Flask. Oh, and she kind of looks around and sees him. He does take drinks from it on occasion.
I noticed the Chamberlain's eyes were very similar to those who have imbibed on the drug that folks have been taking.
The elixir.
The elixir, it's been tied to the cult as well.
He has been known from time to time to imbibe.
And we've been told to be wary of Rayback.
Ryback?
Rayback, yeah. Rayhack.
Feed me more. God, fuck that guy. And she kind of looks and she says, "That's a surprise."
Yeah, to us as well.
I suppose it would be the perfect place to hide in, plain sight. What sort of evidence?
No, again, no evidence, just information gathered by fucking cat.
A fucking cat.
Hey, Detective Cat.
Detective Cat. He's forgotten your name. That's the problem.
No.
I thought you just forgot his name for a
No,
second.
it's, do I really want to tell her that we got the information from a cat? Like,
He's trying to put it in a way that doesn't make him sound insane.
You could also just say one of our colleagues. I mean, you don't have to specify who it is.
I'm not meaning him. I'm meaning the cat that he got the information from.
Oh. That is questionable. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. The information we gathered from asking about other folks that they had suspicions. But also the Arbiter raised suspicion about even the mayor, but my spidey sense wasn't exactly tingling for him. But
she's the Arbiter.
The Arcanist.
Oh, the Arcanist, sorry.
That's what I said.
She kind of chuckles at that. She's a bit of a lush, but I'm sure. I mean, any evidence is evidence as long as you can back it up.
Yeah, well, that's the hard part, is gathering evidence in a castle that we don't exactly have full access to.
Well, you have most of the access to this floor, at least.
I mean, there are locked doors.
That's true. Is there a specific locked door you're trying to get into?
But technically, I mean, meta-ing, I know you've been, but...
Yeah, I don't know if I debriefed with you after. I can't remember
You
the
guys
order.
have not had a conversation at all.
Well, we did after I talked to the cat.
Well,
I relayed
other
that
than
information.
yeah, you told him who to look out
Yeah.
for. But
Okay, and then after
didn't-
that, I would have gone to
you
the...
didn't. Yeah, you didn't mention anything about the door because I believe it was after.
Nowhere in particular, but, I assume there are locked doors that we would not have access to, and if anybody was trying to keep information, then they would most obviously be behind locked doors.
That would be true. If you are suspicious of Rayhack and don't trust him, there's a chance that I could get you behind a specific door you're looking for.
I mean, that would be helpful to at least
Chamberlain's office, steward's office,
clear or...
bed chambers, some bed chambers, not all, but some.
Yeah.
What
It
do
would
you
help
wanna
us clear or confirm.
I'll do what I can. Just tell me where you want to go. Now's probably a good time. Dessert's about to come out.
Let's start with Rayhack's office.
She kind of drops her shoulders a little bit and says, I was actually just in there.
Oh?
Well, I needed some paperwork for some individuals who are in our dungeons at this point. That office does have a door behind it that is very well locked. quite certain Rayhak's the only one with the key.
Ah.
Unfortunately, that one I can't get you into. You would have to pick it or break the door down. Unless you had some sort of magical means to get through.
Gotcha.
Have you met the Arcanist?
I could put my foot into it. I could ram his head into it. Pretty sure it'll won't stand up to fire.
What about the steward? Would he have any places
There's an office.
mostly inaccessible that we could access?
His office I can get you into.
All right. Can we go there now?
Sure.
All right.
She kind of looks around and let's go.
Do I notice those two talking?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna follow them.
Okay. You do that thing. You have a cat behind you.
Oh, really quickly, I'm gonna hop up on your shoulder from behind, and I'm gonna just meow into your ear. It's probably startling.
Fucking.
The steward was talking to the mayor, gestured to his flask, and the mayor seemed to acknowledge it.
Okay. I'll just nod. Understandingly.
Instead of speaking out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I'll ride on his shoulder.
You guys are on your way down that hallway. The cellar.
Okay.
You walk down. There is a guard at the very bottom of the steps, as you have asked. And Thomas is looking at casks and clearly pretending to do his job at this point. And he looks up at you and says, he kind of nudges his head toward the guard.
I look at the guard.
Guard looks at you.
I look at Thomas.
He keeps gesturing with his head toward the guard.
Does there seem to be anything wrong with the guard?
He doesn't want him here.
I didn't say that I have to understand subtext. Because Cody understands subtext. I don't know if Cyrus understands subtext.
I don't know. Make an insight check then. Roll a die. Play the game.
Maybe I don't wanna.
Cyrus believes
Get your
that
dice out your box.
Thomas has found a cult member, and it's this guard. Rage.
It's been him the whole time.
Just grab him by the throat, rip out his larynx. What'd you do that for? Like you did
The guy's
with your
name
head.
is Sue Thagwa.
Boy named Sue.
Suthagwa.
Shout
Shout
out
out
name tag.
Shout outs to Schroeder, who, because I was originally thinking about playing a wizard for this game, and then I constructed this concept for the Barbarian, and both Jeff and Schroeder said that I should tell Lucas I was playing wizard, and then my character's name should be Wizard, and that my Barbarian should just continually to make jokes about like casting fireball, but all it was setting himself on fire and leaping at someone. Bigsby's grasping hand, which is just choking someone.
I mean, that works.
Invisible, you throw someone off a cliff.
Does polymorph work?
It's very graphic. Polymorph.
Just whips his dick out.
You hear the sound of crunching bones as I fold someone into a
They
box.
tend to not polymorph back.
Just whips his dick out.
Have you ever seen somebody make a balloon animal?
Yes.
Same,
Yeah, similar
same way.
There you go. You want a sword or a hat?
Snapping bones.
I can make snakes all day.
Look, you want
Twig broken.
Yes, he is gesturing toward the guard as if like, get him the fuck out of here.
I will nod at the guard.
Who nods back.
Leave.
He kind of looks over at Thomas and shrugs and walks up.
I look at him.
He goes, he's like, I've been trying to contemplate how to talk to one of you guys about this. I'm sure you've heard some rumors about some individuals who have gone missing here in the palace. Servants.
I don't break eye contact with him, but I do start to pull out a hand axe.
Yeah, he kind of looks at it and goes, I'm not sure if you need that just yet, but...
I like start using the edge of the hand axe to like polish my massive claws on my fingers.
He says some time ago, one of the servants, her name was Olga, was accused of stealing a necklace, and she disappeared not long after that. But when that happened, I was around the entrance area. I saw the Lord Mayor enter the palace that night, but I never did see him leave. And I sort of went looking for him, and I couldn't find him anywhere.
You suspect him?
I think so.
Anything else?
2 other servants have gone missing since then. Some of the other servants have said that on the night that at least one of those individuals went missing, they heard some strange noises on the western side of the palace. Some pounding.
Yeah, but what was the weird noises?
It sounded like chopping, he said.
Chopping broccoli.
The western half was this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which was like all the which was the
more noble areas. The bunks are on the other side where the guards would stay.
But isn't there a tower or something over there too?
There are towers in the front, like guard towers. There's 2 spiral staircases right near the front door that go up into guard towers. But it would be on the side that has the Arcanist chamber and Rayhack's area and the Chamberlain's office, the Steward's office. That's where all that stuff is on that side. Council chamber is over there as well.
Sweet.
He says, I don't think they were fired in the middle of the night. I think something happened to them here.
Clearly.
Yes. I don't know if that helps you or if that just gives you more to do.
I walk over and put one big massive paw on one of his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
I stare, like, eye contact just inches away from his face.
Don't die.
And I shove my goblet back into his hand and I turn around and go back upstairs.
Fair enough. The guard gives you a nod and walks back down. He was at the top of the stairs, comes back down. Or maybe in the kitchen somewhere. Somewhere far enough that...
You're saying he's going up the stairs and he's going down the stairs?
Going up the sideways stairs.
Got it. I slay him. He's breaking the laws of time and space on the sideways stairs.
Did I hit crazy stairs? Information.
Natural. I want to watch that show now. I want to finish watching.
Magnus is on his way to the eastern side, doing his figure 8. Different guards standing there now since the guard changes occurred. Kind of just gives you a nod. As you are in servant's garb, you're doing your job. You know that on this side of the building are where the bunkhouses would be for the guards, as well as servants' quarters and dormitories.
Let's check them out.
Which one?
What's closest?
Well, when you make an L, when you turn to your right, heading south, there are doors on either side of you. The left side would be the servants' quarters. The right side would be where the guard barracks would be, where at least some amount of guards would be sleeping right now, waiting for their shift change.
Well, let's check out the servants' quarter. It's
Okay.
right there.
There's also bathrooms on this side.
There's a what?
A bathroom on this side.
Oh.
An actual bath.
There's a bathroom on the right.
Yeah, you can walk into the servants' quarters quite easily. I mean, it's a standard. What is this?
You're
It's about
the
a
DM.
15 by 25 space that has 6 beds in it. And then there's a door that goes into another space that has another 6 beds. It's they're more like cots, really. Not very high end here.
So we got the servants' quarters and the barracks, which has actual guards in it.
Correct. Yes.
Do I see anything that looks like it shouldn't be here, or is it just, I don't
know. Give me a perception check
I'm going to do an investigate.
or an investigation check,
That's better.
whichever's higher. I'll give you both. One or the other.
Add them together.
I'll give you both. Roll twice.
Natural 20.
It's a natural 20.
Do I see anything?
What's the symbol on here?
Everything.
A clue.
I learned everything.
No, what is the symbol on? I was just curious.
Oh. That's a heart.
Oh, okay. Well, it looked like a Claudia, but I couldn't tell. It almost does look like a
from
Claudia.
far away. Does look like
Yeah.
a cloud heart.
Yeah.
Both.
Two hands holding the heart almost.
Little column A, little column B. So did I just create evidence? What's going on?
You conjured a ghost.
Cool. I set that on my
as you're
enemies.
walking around, you see some food that a servant probably shouldn't have. Like jerky and things like that, because those things would ideally be left in the kitchens or in a pantry somewhere. You find, low-end contraband, things that servants shouldn't be hoarding or keeping from people. You find some love notes between servants, and you do find a couple of empty vials that have a green tint to them. They are empty, but have a green tint to them, as if stained by something.
Castle's full of meth heads.
The whole fucking town is full of meth heads, dude.
Find any Magnum condoms for your Magnum dong?
Those are just always in the pocket.
Big metal dong.
Dragon skin dong.
Not sure what you're gonna do with Sylvie.
I don't know. That's up to you at this point. I put it out there, and you ignored it, so I'm just moving
I
on.
didn't ignore it. She blew you a kiss. How gratuitous do you want to get? Or the Rancor's brothel.
I'm trying to
I
investigate
really
here.
want the two of you to roleplay a sex scene.
Just because I can't imagine how drastically different the tastes are.
The door opens and it's Sylvie. I've been feeling fine, baby.
Like, see, I think
playing.
Lucas starts as a joke, but Alex takes it completely seriously. It takes it to a whole different level that makes Lucas uncomfortable.
Interesting.
Yes, you have found vials.
And none of the cots have any identification for me
No,
to...
none of them say Doc, Dopey, Sleepy, nothing like that.
Such a shame.
Yeah, it'd be really easy, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, just start killing.
I could,
Just start killing people.
but I'm trying to stay away from the psycho murderer this particular game.
Fair.
Why? Murder hobo the
He
shit
does
out
that
of
in every
this.
other game.
Because that's usually my go-to character.
Murder hobo trying to be a dragon. You're already a dragon. You're right.
There's nothing wrong with being a trope.
Huh.
In this type of game. Yeah.
Cody plays them all the time.
He lives it.
They're the best.
I do it very well, but I'm trying something different this time. So, I'll leave the servants' quarters since I know there's drugs here.
Sure.
But they're not currently being used, and I can't intimidate anybody into telling me stuff.
Sure.
Let's go bother the guards.
Yeah, you step out. There's a guard that has just opened up one of the door opposite of you and is letting another cat go through.
Do I recognize this cat?
Yeah, you've seen Grim Culkin before. She's been walking around.
Let's see where the cat goes.
Okay. Yeah. You walk into a room. This is a room you've seen before, Flynn. It's a 20 by 20 square room with a spiral staircase in one corner that would go up to a guard tower. And she stands next to another door and kind of scratches at it and kind of turns around and looks at you as if asking you to open it.
I open the door.
You fool. She kind of gets up, and as she walks out, she does rub on one leg as if to thank you, and continues toward the main hall door to where the party would be, and sits next to that door until a guard opens it up and lets her in.
So is there anything else in this room besides the other door that she wanted to
No,
go
it's
through?
actually an empty space with a spiral staircase. There's literally nothing in this space.
What's
what a
with the
waste
stairs?
of space.
There's a lot of room. There's literally
A lot of room
rooms
for activities.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms in this layout that literally have nothing in them but a door to walk in and out of.
That's bad map making.
So it could be, maybe it's meant to be like a sitting room or something.
Or
I don't
bad
know. It's
map
just nothing.
reading.
There's no furniture.
It's like,
It's
wait a minute,
just-
there are clues in here.
There's literally a corner with a door. Actually, there would have been a door to the north of you that would have walked into an empty space inside of the servants' quarters. There's just nothing in it.
I go up the stairs. I'm curious.
Yeah, you go up the stairs. It does kind of lead you to a guard tower, so you can kind of see the city at the top. There's no guard up there at this point, but
Cool. Anything else interesting that I can see that I can get access to from up here?
no. I mean, it's a very small space.
Are there windows?
Yeah, I mean, but it's open. They're open windows. So,
Fantastic.
they're not like windows you can open. It's like an open archway that you can.
Do I see anything else that has windows that I can get to?
Not from here, no.
Even though I can walk on walls and ceilings and all that. Remember, I have spider climb boots or whatever.
This is true.
So I'm curious how to use these to the best effect to sneak into other rooms. I'm judging the layout. What can I get into? What trouble can I cause?
Given the fact that they do not give me a second floor map, I'm just gonna say no because I don't know what's up there.
But does Rayhack's office, the secret inner chamber, have a window?
I don't know. That's on the other side of the castle. Can I walk
Way
over
on
there?
the other side of the castle.
That's okay.
Get walking.
I've got a 35-foot walk speed. I can cover some distance.
You get walking.
I get walking. Nobody's going to miss me. I'm a servant.
Is that the right one?
Nobody's going to miss me.
Thank you all for listening. The Big Sleep was written by Sandy Petersen and Jonah Baumgars. Music by Ian Shannon. You can find us online at rancorsbrothel.com or join in the conversation on Facebook at Fans of the Rancor's Brothel.